All right, let's get to this one. This is from Adam R. The subject is DC on WWE commentary. What it do, K100 crew? So first of all, let me tell you something. I know you did the boom there, but you don't really need an introduction, and you don't need it. And when you do these letters, you don't need like what you think is a trendy, cool introduction. Because what it do, K100 crew is I don't know. I'm not. Conan was impressed. I'm sure Joe's impressed, but I'm not impressed. Okay,
right. Yeah, but next time put salutations or something.
Well, it's just more stuff for me to read that he'll like. It's more unnecessary crap for me to read. Daniel Cormier is rumored to be retiring from UFC and potentially picked up by WWE for commentary. We've heard how TNT used to direct WCW direction and recently USA Network nudging the WWE. Number one, if you could see Fox pushing WWE to pick up DC in an effort to bring more credibility to the WWE product. 2, where would you put him, WWE or NXT? And 3, do you feel the current WWE product plays up to his level? Seems the current product could turn his commentary into an eye-rolling event. I'd have to hear him on commentary. He was good on the Fox show.
I put him right on SmackDown on Fox. Yeah. I
couldn't care. Let me tell you something. This is the whole stupidest thing. It's like, announcers don't draw. Like trying to talk about how announcers but
they help. If there's
they help assist the show, but they're not drawing anybody to the show. You show me one wrestling show where people are tuning in just to listen to the announcer. Okay, because there's no announcer that's good enough for people to listen to. That all you're doing is just listening for the announcer over a crappy product. You know what I'm saying?
But he helps. But he helps draw. He's another piece of the puzzle.
I disagree with that.
Makes you. Okay, wait 1 second. Well, because you disagree with it doesn't mean that you're right.
No, it is.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, okay, well, good. Well, let me get my opinion in either way. If I know there's a certain announcer for a certain event, that may make the difference between me watching it and listening to it or not. You know what I'm saying? And so I do think that it matters. Right, and I think that if they put him on Fox, that would be a brilliant move. He's likable. He's articulate. He knows it. Bro, he did great on all those UFC shows.
I'm not saying he's not going to do bad.
Yeah.
I just don't think they can put him on big deal. It's not going to that does.
It would help.
It doesn't add or subtract anything. I don't know. How do you know?
Well, it's good.
Because here's the thing. You tell he might bring mainstream people. Nope. Ronda Rousey didn't bring any mainstream people. As a matter of fact, the ratings got worse. So to use him as a draw just is not. They're not going to go to watch wrestling because Daniel Cormier is doing commentary.
Okay, but how many people can you put on Fox that's as polished as him? There's a commentator, right?
But they can do whatever they want. It's just fine. But the reason is what I'm saying. Like, you could bring him on because maybe he's a good announcer, and the announcers they have aren't that good. Okay, but like if you're bringing him on because you think he's a substandard announcer, but might add eyes to the product, I would disagree with that. I don't think
that was a question, but go ahead. Like you invented a question out of nowhere. Where would you put him in WWE or NXT? Exactly there on Fox, fucking commentating. Yeah.
You feel like current WWE product plays up to his level? Hell no. No, the WWE product plays up to no level right now. Like wrestling is at a wrestling took. Let me tell you something. Talking about wrestling, does it take WWE up to a level? Well, wrestling's lost a level. If you think about it, because there's a lot less people watching it that used to be. There's a level of fans that quit watching.
Right.
So it's going to take a lot of work by not just an announcer. It's going to take a lot of work across the board with writing and the way the guys work to bring back up another level to get more fans again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then if he's good and they're changing a bunch of other stuff on the show, yeah.
And here's another thing I didn't think about.
Let's hypothetically go forward here. Let's hypothetically go 2 years in the future, Conan. And 2 years in the future, Braun's been champion like twice. Okay, Bobby Lashley's held the belt once. Brock is still there. Okay, maybe Kevin Cross is in the WWE. Samoa Joe is there. Cain Velasquez has now been in the WWE for a year. He's signed a year. We're looking 2 years ahead in the future. You got a lot of guys with a lot of shoot fight backgrounds that maybe an announcer like Daniel Cormier would add a feel to it with those guys working against each other.
Right.
But like Daniel Bryan is like if he's commentating a 205 match or something that adds nothing to it. But Daniel Cormier commenting on a Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar wrestling match, that adds a lot.
Or even Daniel Cormier in the mix, he could still have a couple fights himself. But that wouldn't be a bad idea, because maybe wrestling will change again. Okay, and kind of like the luchador influence that came in. Now we go back to more of a realistic looking type show, and that may help.
Maybe we start getting these big guys and big fights again. You know what I'm saying? Like like where we can promote big fights instead of two great performers promoting a great match. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you should know as a promoter when you're promoting something, what is usually easier to draw heat with? Promoting two guys in a big fight. You know what I'm saying? So
people really get into them because they know they're all legit tough guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's not a bad idea.
All right.